All right, looks like we can go for an update on the Nasdaq. What we're seeing here is that we've dropped below where we wanted to be, even though we've got this gap that'll probably fill later. I sadly don't see that happening today, especially with all the fear going into CPI reports and other drama next week, macroeconomics, and just all the different things going on. I don't see this happening today. What could possibly happen and might be something to look for here is we might try to come along here and rally back up to here at some point today. And I think we're going to bounce off of that. I don't think we're going to get through. I think that this resistance that we were hoping would be support is now going to be a problem going into next week. What I would see possibly happening is coming back down this way and testing this support. I believe this should hopefully hold, at least for now. Then, after we get reports next week, depending on which way those go, that'll really give us the direction to the market. If we get some sort of relief, I think that we'll come back up this way and blast right through. If not, then I believe that right around here we'll come into next week, be bouncing around in this area, come down and tap in here, or just blast right through it, and maybe make the final low for the Nasdaq this year. And then that would, in my opinion, not financial advice, all just educational purposes. In my opinion, for educational purposes, I think we would then definitely have a bottom if we can just come down here and hold next week, and even with bad news, or say for instance we're bouncing around in this area where these are at, and then we get the bad news, we come down here, maybe wick into this area and bounce out of it, that could be pretty good. There could be a possibility that we even see that midterm rally still happen we were looking for. We could still see the second half of October turn into something better. We may even just bounce around in range in here for a minute without direction, and this median line right here of resistance around 11 175 or so, maybe even come up and then bounce back down, come up, bounce back down over the course of that couple weeks, this next 2 weeks basically. So the course of the few days back in here, then come up here and push through. However, in the bigger scheme of things, even with a larger rally, I believe that the overhead resistance levels up around here and possibly here are still going to be a problem going forward. I think that we're not out of the woods, and I think there's still a lot more drama to come globally. I think we could still get more scares of war talk, possibly nuclear talk. We're going to have more drama with inflation and oil and currencies collapsing globally, I believe, as well as I think you'll then see possibly even some more moves made with the other narratives, not just around inflation, but also around just the overall gloom going forward. I think they're going to start using, after the word recession, possibly depression, start talking about the S&P going down to 2,800 versus right now the doom and gloom is, do we drop down to the 3,350 to maybe 3,575 range, which hopefully holds. So we'll just have to keep playing this cautiously. As of right now, I would stay with focusing on this range right here in the in between. I don't think we get back above the 11, basically 11.3, let's just say. I don't think we get back above 11.3 right now. I think this is going to be resistance. I think we're going to come back down and test some of these other levels while the markets try to figure out an actual direction. Strangely, I almost see less drama in crypto this morning, although sometimes they take more time to catch up. Probably post a video on that later and see how Bitcoin and Ethereum progress. But it almost seemed like top stocks, blue chip stocks, if you will, sold off far worse than crypto this morning. Makes me wonder if soon we won't start to see more of a decoupling narrative for crypto from the stock market, and maybe crypto has found its bottom before the stock market, or we'll start following it consistently and maybe rally just before it. We'll have to see how this plays out, but wanted to get you guys some sort of update who, just kind of go through YouTube or look for other people's opinion. I know if you're just seeing nothing but red and hearing gloom, that you might think your entire portfolio is going to nothing. However, I would focus on these levels and possibly try to DCA your positions when you hit them. However, in the larger scope of things, I say that we are still in a downtrend. And if you zoom out, you look at something in a grander scale, you see that we've still got a lot of things to figure out. If you look at back here, all this money printing, this entire thing is just a lot of inflation, a lot of market pumping. To be completely honest, if things get serious, we don't have any real support on the Nasdaq, in my personal opinion. I mean, maybe we drop a little bit farther down and, hit this line down here somewhere around, say, 10,685 or something on the Nasdaq, and maybe that's, the support they were looking for, and you come back here and you turn these into your support. However, if things get scary around here, it doesn't seem we have any real support to look to until under 10,000. I mean, we could drop right to 9,700, 9,600 ranges pretty fast. Maybe even not find support until this right here and come down and hit this at, the 9,450 range could really be what you're looking at. And that, I would say, I would start loading the boat personally if we get these things. I really don't see us coming all the way down to this 78, 7,500 plays, but who knows? I mean, I keep saying we've got more black swan events happening back to back than I've ever seen in my 45 plus years of life and trying to follow markets and whatnot. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. I hope this helps somebody. You guys have a good day, and I'll try to increase the quality of the content, just getting a feel for this. And if you could please like and subscribe, maybe give me some motivation to try to keep pushing forward.